Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is going to be a quick slash short video on like an overview on Scratch. So after you have your account created, this is kind of like your main page. Click over here. This is your profile, your stuff. This is like your saved programs that you work on. This is for me because I'm the teacher. And then your account settings if you have to change anything there. Now, we are going to go to, anytime we start a new project, we're going to click on create. So we'll open this up and it will give us kind of like our main programming screen. And so first thing over here, this is a cat that'll always pop up and be there. I don't really like the cat. I usually delete it. But anyway, the cat is called a sprite. So notice that it says sprite. If I want to get rid of the cat, I just click on that trash can. Up here is where I can title my project, and so for this one it'll just be dance party, and put in your hour, maybe it's 6B or 7B, and we're school year 2021. Now that file, save now. I would encourage you, label it, file it, save it, you're good to go. Now I don't really like this cat, we're gonna delete. So and I'll walk you through some of the coding blocks and where to find stuff and how to build some code, and we'll go from there. So the next thing that we're going to take a look at is making a program. So over here, let's pick a backdrop. And so this is like the interactive screen that you'll actually see like if you were using a program or an application. And so over here, we're going to choose a backdrop. And so you can choose backdrops from a library. You can paint a backdrop. We'll work on that later. This is a random one, or you could upload. For today, we're going to choose a backdrop. And you can pretty much choose anything that you like. I'm going to go with a beach. So there's my beach. And now I need to choose a character that I want, or a sprite, excuse me, that I want to program to have a little dance party on this beach. So I'm going to click on here, choose a sprite. Here's the library option again, paint a sprite, surprise, upload. So we're going to choose a sprite. Excuse me, still fighting off that cold. Now, if you take a look, like this apple, there's not really anything there. But if I move over to this Avery, see how Avery kind of moves around, or the ballerina? That tells me that those sprites have multiple like movements that they have. And so I want to pick something that has more than one at least. And so let's go with ballerina. Now, there's my ballerina right there in the middle. Notice this is my ballerina down here. I could pick another sprite. Those would all be down here. If I click on this down here in this sprite box, it'll highlight which sprite I'm controlling up here. So then let's see, my sprite is currently invisible. Hide my sprite, show my sprite, that's my sprite's name. This is a x coordinate, -30, and then a y coordinate, -40, pointing 90 degrees this way, size 100%. Just FYI, what those numbers are for. So over here is where all of the code goes. So I have code blocks for motion, movement, the way that my sprite looks, so I can change the way that my sprite looks. I have sound, events, controls, sensing, operators, variables, my blocks. We won't really worry too much about my blocks. But let's see, some of these are pretty obvious, like the first three. Event, that's like what a situation that might occur. A control, this would be like if I need something to loop or continue again. And then sensing would be like if it touches the edge or touches another object. We'll get to operators and variables, kind of, those are more specific like to a situation. So everything has to start with an event. So events, when flag is clicked, we will always include that. And now, just to make it a little bit easier for you guys to read, I'll zoom into my text over there a little bit. And then I have, this is the flag right here. When flag is clicked, that's the flag it's referring to. So this is going to run the program. So when the flag is clicked, what I want for my ballerina to do is move side to side. And so let's see, I'm going to have it glide. And so right now I can glide 1 second to this current location, which is where my ballerina currently is. So then if I take her and I drag her over here on the screen, it changes the x coordinate and it changes the y coordinate by just a little bit. But it also changes the coordinates over here. And so it's going to go, when flag is clicked, it's going to glide here and glide here. So real super basic. Okay, pretty boring actually. But let's say I want her to continue doing that. So I'm going to go to control and I want to have that repeat 10 times. Now notice right here, the way it like drops that block in, that tells me when it's going to block around. And so if I do that, that's not really how I want it. I want it to block around both of those glide options. So that is both glide options, drop in, there we go. Notice like if this is it, it's not going to like drop in. It's going to like show me that highlight when it's ready to drop in. So what this will do, same thing, back and forth 10 times. You can speed the ballerina up if you have a lower time. You can slow it down if you have a longer time, etc. Then, while that's happening, let's say I also want her to dance. And so I could also go and take another when flag is clicked, and I'll put it right there. I'll scroll down just a touch, and I want to change the way that she looks. And so let's go with next costume. Now, this I can have a repeat on right here. Repeat 10 times. Same thing. Now this is going to have her go to the next costume. And if you forgot the costume, those are all those different kind of like animations that the ballerina is going through. This is where you could like change your ballerina's like dress, skin tone, hair color, eye color, whatever. Could fill that in here. So here, back 10 times, click the flag. And that was not what I wanted to happen, was it? So what happened? What happened was it did this super fast, and it's taking really almost, 20 seconds to do this, because if that's a second, that's a second, that's 2 seconds times 10, that's 20. This next costume is going to be like poof, super fast. So I need that to change up a little bit, so this is taking longer. And so to do that, I'm going to take this wait 1 second, drop that in there, and I might change this to a higher number like 40, and I might change this to a lower number like 0.5. So what that's going to do is it's going to do it more times. So this should take about 20 seconds actually, because half of 40 is 20, which is the same as this. So we'll click. There she goes. Look at that. Dance party. So there's my dance party. And of course, all dance parties need music. Duh. And so over here, I'm going to stop this because that's doing what I want it to do. And I'm actually going to put the code for my dance, for my music at least, on my stage. So I'm going to go to stage, click on backdrop. Here we go. And then basically I'm just going to go when event is clicked. When flag is clicked, I'll zoom in so it's a little bit bigger. When flag is clicked, I'm going to go to sounds. Now, right now, the only sound I have is this pop. Also boring. So down here, same thing. Library, record a sound. We'll touch more on this in the future, but I'm just going to click choose a sound, and all kinds of options up here, but I want to go with, let's see, notes, loops. Yeah, there we go. No. Yeah, let's go with that one. Dance funky. Drop that in. There's my dance funky. I'm going to go back to code. When flag is clicked, I'm on the backdrop. I know I'm on the backdrop because that's right there highlighted. This tells me I'm coding the ballerina. Go to the backdrop. Excuse me again. I'm going to go to sound, and I'm going to say start sound dance funky. I believe that was 5 seconds. There we go. So the ballerina is turning up, but too short. I need more of it. So real quick, stop and go back into that sound option here. This is 5 seconds. I know I need about 20 seconds of music. Simple. 5 times 4 gets me to that 40. Repeat 4 times, 5 times, 45. That's too many. 4 times, 5 times. Either way. Bingo. Done. So play around with this. My hope for today is that you get a backdrop, you get a character that can dance around, and you are going to be good to go from there, at least for your first activity. So high five to you. And this is a little help video.